लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers नेपालको विश्वकप यात्रा powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice, Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab Piro Noodles.
Sultanate of Oman for this ICC Men's T20 World Cup, Asia, East Asia, Pacific. Joint qualifier, the first time the two regions have come together in a final. We're deciding spots number 18, 19 and 20 in next year's ICC Men's. Got there this time, they didn't 2 years ago. And we've got 3 associate sides that will qualify from here in Al Emirat at the Oman Cricket Academy across the course of the remaining 6 days of the tournament, 5 more after today. Andrew Leonard here alongside Paresh Lahani, the former Nepal captain, to guide you through every ball of this much fabled and incredibly interesting clash between these two great associate rivals. They've been right to the forefront and the top echelons of the associate game over the last few years, and they've played out some unforgettable contests, particularly in 2023 and 2024. Nepal held the edge in a big way in 2023 with some famous victories, particularly on home soil, but also it was all turned around at this venue where Nepal have yet to beat the UAE, remember, by Mohammad Wasim and co, as the UAE held sway in 2024. Who will it be today though? It's 5 apiece in the head-to-head matchups in this format, and the UAE have a few concerns around their batting lineup because 2 of their players have potentially suffered injuries that may make it difficult for them to bat. Lalit Rajbanshi will take the new ball, and we've got the amazing story of Jonathan Figge, who is back into UAE colours for the first time in 5 years on a T20I debut. We're all set. It's 141 that the UAE will require to win. And Paresh, I think it's right on a knife edge. UAE probably slight favourites.
Yeah, because they bowled very well. Mainly Junaid Siddique and Ali.
Hyder Ali, the left-arm spinner, is really impressive.
The economy rate of Hyder Ali was around under 6 runs per over, and taken a wicket as well.
All 6 bowlers used, picked up a wicket. Gulshan Jha again, the only one really to get the strike rate needle moving for Nepal, but he could only make 15. It's left the cardiac kids, as they're often called, or the rhinos, or whatever nickname you want to give the men from the Himalayas. It's left them in a spot of bother. Now, they have fielded and bowled really well throughout the tournament, particularly their fielding has been outstanding, and they've got a man who's on his T20I debut back into the team. Got a couple, I think it was 5 ODI caps as a teenager back in 2019, 2020, and he's been given the nod in one of 2 changes in this UAE side. 3 dot balls to start. And you can make it 4, and that's a fascinating turn down of a single. That's Mohammad Wasim saying, I'm not running one quickly in the circle here against this Nepal side.
They feel like tigers. You can see Dipen Singh Aire at short extra cover. Rohit Paudel very quick across the turf.
Cut away, but straight to the man, Kushal Malla, who does well, and even the dot balls are being cheered vociferously. Really good crowd starting to build up, people making their way in after work. It's just approaching 4:30 p.m. local time. We'll have a gorgeous Muscat sunset, I guarantee you that, as those shadows are lengthening across the surface already. And a really superb start of Aiden over. Look at how deep he is in the circle there, and they're still not taking him on. That would have been a single in the first innings. Rajbanshi starts with a maiden. They need 141 to win still. They'll have to do it now, Paresh, in 19 overs.
A maiden over to start off with by Lalit Rajbanshi. He's opened the bowling for Nepal frequently. Even in the one-day international, he's opened the bowling for Nepal. It's gonna be Sompal Kami from the media box end to share the new ball with Lalit Rajbanshi.
Kami's in general been pretty good Mohamed Waseem will come on to strike now. I don't want to say Mohamed Waseem or bust. That's not fair on the UAE side, but he is a huge factor in any match that he plays, whether it's against India or Pakistan for UAE in the Asia Cup or against the fellow associates. He is that good a player. For me, he's one of the top 10 T20I batters in the world for any team, maybe the best associate T20I batter. And he's immediately beaten outside the off stump. Nepal get the wicket of Waseem, they will believe. If Waseem gets off to a flyer, UAE will have the game in hand.
That is what we always talk about. Mohammad Waseem, he was beaten outside the off stump. Nice shape by Sompal Kami, back of the length. The ball moving away from the right-hander.
Still no Karen KC, his great friend. He's keeping him out of the team. The other primary seam bowling option will be Nandan Yadav. Clipped around the corner. The first runs will come. Good piece of fielding by Sandeep Lamachani. But Figgy gets through for the single to get Waseem off the mark, and the UAE's account underway. The other option, though, in terms of seamers, would be Gulshan Jah, who changed the game single-handedly against Japan, not just with the bat, but with the ball.
And that is after not bowling in 6 or 7 matches. He took the wicket off the captain Fleming. He was going very good, 60 odd runs for him against Nepal. The sixes that he scored against Sandeep Lamachani was absolutely brilliant.
And Lamachani will have his role to play, of course, in this second innings. Little inside edge. Well, that could have gone anywhere. A lot happening out there, and pressure building up on Jonathan Figgy in particular on debut. He's none off 7.
He's very tentative, nerves getting into him. A big game, T20I debut. And Jonathan Figgy, he's looking a bit restless in the middle.
Sharp movement back in. I don't think it's going to be a first international run for Jonathan Figgy, because it's going to be a leg by, so he moves to none off 8. Always have to thank Paul Radley of the National Newspaper for all of his focus and features on all of cricket across the Emirates. But speaking with him this afternoon, and he was explaining to me what a prodigious talent he was in terms of coming through the UAE school system, so much so that he earned himself a scholarship at the Winchester College, and then at the age of just 18 debuted in ODI cricket. Got him. Mohamed Waseem is gone, and just look at these celebrations. Bertel holds on to the catch. The fans are going wild, but Nepal's fielders are all in exuberant celebrations. They know how big that is. He's the record run scorer at this ground. He's gone for 1.
It was a back of the lung delivery by Sompal Kani. Tried to pull that straight to Kushal Patel. Look at the celebration of Kami. He's really pumped up getting the big wicket of Mohammad Waseem. He has to depart for 1.
Massive wicket, massive moment in the match. The skipper's gone. He looks down at the toe of the bats. Caught by Bertel for 1. It's 2 for 1.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Short of any ball.
But I suppose my point here, Paresh, is that he's working against every force of that delivery, isn't he? The ball is shaping away. It's a bit fuller than a nice pullable length, and as a consequence, we know how well he plays into the leg side. It's just not the right option, and maybe that pressure built up by Figgy has paid on the captain. Sharafu's to the crease. They won't run 1 to defender Singh Iree, who picks up cleanly. But great news for the UAE. It looks like it was probably just a bruise of that shoulder as he landed on the rope. He's fit to bat. So wicket taking over for Kami, and UAE are in an early spot of bother. 2 for 1.
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC
with them. And didn't they celebrate stridently with that incredible moment? Big wicket. Dipender Singh Airi will replace Lalit Rajbanshi. Pressure comes on Jonathan Figgy. He just can't get anything away. None off 9 in a T20I.
Dipender Singh Airi, as usual, right on the money, right on the spot.
Scored a century in the ICC Under-19 World Cup, as he will finally get a T20I run to his name and probably breathe a deep sigh of relief. You can almost visibly see it, can't you, at the non-striker's end. He can catch up, and he's a very special young player, but he's just finding it difficult. It always is a step back up to international cricket.
He opens his account on the 10th ball that he's faced. 9 dot balls before this. Played a maiden over the first over. Bit of nerves for Jonathan Figgy.
Airi quietly has bowled exceptionally well, not just here, but in that Unity Cup against the West Indies, the series victory, that historic series win. Probably not quite getting the runs he would like at the moment, but his bowling and his fielding's better than it's ever been. He's a big part of this Nepal side.
Just trying to give himself room. Sharafu opens his account with a single down to long on. UAE under pressure because the big wicket of Wasim, the captain.
Down the track, that's a bit more like it for Figgy. Yeah, Airi looks in complete control of his bowling at the moment, looks very happy with where his game is at, and he's very comfortable bowling the power play with just 2 fielders out. He can also bowl then at the death too.
That is the good point of Dipender Singh Airi. He can open the bowling, he can come in middle overs, he can bowl in the death overs as well.
Chip towards long on, fielder runs around, goes wide to his right, and I think it's going to go all the way. Dipender Singh Airi will have felt as though he was in the game. It was a slightly chancy stroke from Sharif, who came off the inside half of the bat, but he got enough of it to get 6.
Even though it came inside half of the bat, it was played away from the fielder at long on, wide long on, just over the boundary line. 6 to finish the third over. 9 runs coming off it. UAE are 11 for 1.
More like it from the UAE. They'll need to show intent in this power play. Yeah, make no mistake, this is not an over par score. We don't see anything in the surface. We didn't get any indication from Anoop, the head groundsman here, that he felt this would be anything but a pretty decent track. And for me, it's looked exactly that. It's looked like a good playing surface. I thought the UAE bowled and indeed fielded really, really well. But Nepal's strength in this series, Nepal's strength against the West Indies in that Unity Cup, their strength in recent times has been their fielding and their bowling. So if they're going to win this contest, it's going to be their performance now in the second innings that will do it for them. And there's plenty of quality in this Emirati batting lineup, even without Mohammad Wasim, as a change of angle is going to take place for Cameo. Come around the wicket now. And nearly cleans up Jonathan Figgy, who continues to struggle.
The last ball he drove off Sompal Kami was a good, confident looking shot by Figgy. This time around he fishes outside the off stump. The ball missing the off stump, through to the keeper Asif Sheikh.
So nearly cleans him up. Figgy just can't get anything going. Lots of pressure building on the young man. Just tell you a little bit more about him. Yeah, went over to Winchester College, debuted in that ODI series just at the age of 18, went to South Africa for the Under-19 World Cup, made a century down there, the first ever UAE player to do so at any global ICC event. And then, well, he drifted away from the game, always had the passion for it, but went kind of out of favour in terms of selection in a difficult period for UAE. Maybe a wide down the leg side, and then it was the ILT20 development tournament where he was the highest scorer, 273 runs across it, that has kind of pushed him back into the international reckoning. It's probably fair to say that he's more of an ODI player than a T20 player, but he definitely deserves his chance back in. With all the problems that UAE have in the ODI format, you'd imagine he's surely got to be given his chance there. Problem is here, needing 7 and over right from the off, you can't afford to be 3 off 14 unless you catch up.
He has to catch up. It shows that in the start he was pretty nervy, making a T20I debut for UAE.
Both him and Ethan D'Souza, who's a great friend of his from the Abu Dhabi Emirates. Another one that Figgy's missed out on and not given as a wide. Was there some contact with something there? 3 off 15 now.
He has to get a move on. The current rate is under 4 runs per over. The required is getting bigger, almost 8 now.
Final word from that Paul Radley piece 3 years ago. He was thinking of giving up cricket altogether through the pandemic. He'll be delighted that he's stuck with it, deserves his chance again. Nepal though are putting the squeeze on him. 3 off 16 for Figgy, 4 bowled, 14 for 1.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Super friendly. It's just a great place to come and watch cricket, and some pretty good local food to go with it as Nandan Yadav comes into the attack. You've enjoyed your time here so far. Your first trip to Muscat, Paresh?
Yes, I've enjoyed every bit of it. It seems like I'm back home with the hills surrounding the valley.
I think the hills are a bit bigger back in Nepal, aren't they? A little bit greener too, maybe?
Yeah, a bit of green in Nepal. These mountains are all boulder mountains, not muddy mountains.
Yeah, they're very pretty, particularly this time of day with the sun kind of casting those shadows. Leading edge. Irie goes towards it, can't get there. There was just a momentary hesitation between Dipendra Singh Irie and Rohit Paudel. I think either of them maybe could have got there if they both had went wholeheartedly, but with the ball hanging in the air, they both had a look at each other and just held their momentum, and as a consequence it fell safely.
Coming down the track, Alison Sharafu land between the two fielders.
It's probably the only place that could have gone and fallen safely. Incredible moment of fortune, because if Irie can't get there with his pace, nobody's getting there. Back live now. Good stuff from Nandan Yadav though. His radar in the first couple of games, he bowled quite a few wides. Much better start from him today.
From the first ball of this over, Alison Sharafu is trying to get down the track, trying to hit Nandan Yadav over the top, over the bowler's head, but he's not been able to do so. Nandan Yadav, in the other hand, bowling very smartly, bowling behind the length, back of the length, and getting that leading edge with which dropped in no man's land between the two fielders.
It could have gone anywhere, couldn't it? Could have looped up for the easiest of catches, but very fortuitously for Sharafu, fell safely. Down the track, it's a big blow. It's an almighty blow. I think that's definitely the biggest of the day. Probably one of the biggest of the entire tournament. Plonks it up onto the roof of the pavilion. A dance down the track, and Sharafu, showing no ills from that shoulder injury, hits his second six.
It was a leg cutter bowled by Nandan Yadav. Nicely picked away down to long on. Wide long on, that is. Over the pavilion's room.
A lovely noise off the bat, wasn't there? Don't have the stump mics in place, you won't quite have heard it as clearly at home, but a real beautiful ping. And tries to repeat the dose, but goes down the ground instead. Good batting, dancing and attacking Nandan Yadav. Back-to-back boundaries, 6 and now 4.
This is batting with intent. Coming again down the track, hitting it straight towards the side screen. Ball rolling off the carpet. 6 and a 4. A good looking over, turning out to be a good looking over for UAE.
Amazing the small margins, isn't it? That leading edge could have popped up, he could have been gone for 8, but instead he's decided to stop being tentative and start to attack. Pressure now on the young fast bowler. Looks for the short ball, which will just be pulled away for the single. So it's 11 runs from the 5th over, and crucially Sharafu will keep the strike. Much more like it for UAE coming into the contest now in the chase. It's 25 for 1.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
आयामी लाइफ बालकिरण जीवन बीमा
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Just peak past, or peak up to 5 o'clock local time. At 1:45 right now. Sun tends to set around 5:30, 5:45. Lalit Rajbanshi has bowled a maiden from his first over. He'll have a change of ends. Be interesting to see if Sharafu continues to attack in this 6th and final over of the power play. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle still. Long off and deep backward square out. Big ring of 4 fielders on the offside, led by Dipender Singh, who fielded that one at cover. Sharafu is the big wicket, the next most prized wicket now. Again, can't find the gap, and straight to the fielder. You can sense he really wants to go at it this over, Paresh.
Giving himself room. Sharafu wants to pierce the offside field. There's no fielder outside the 30-yard circle in the offside. Square up the wicket. Decides to stop. I think he missed his mark. Again, 2 dot balls in the first 2 balls. Nepal, they have to pick up wickets in regular intervals. Pulled away. Down to mid-wicket. A boundary. Good looking shot by Sharafu.
It's great intent, and he's somewhat sparing Jonathan Figgy's blushes, because he's managed to sort of hog the strike over the last couple of overs and play really aggressively. Not the greatest delivery from Rajbanshi. Rarely bowls 2 bad ones in a row. Sharafu getting into his work. 23 off just 14. They will not take on Dipender Singh. We've seen that trending all over social media, haven't we? There's 2 rules with regards to playing against Nepal. Don't run a single to Dipender Singh. Number 2, listen to the first rule. Down the leg side, and a miss stop from Asif Sheikh is going to cost 5. That should be given as 5 wides, and indeed is. Maybe a bit lethargic and tired from his batting effort. Not the right line from Rajbanshi. 5 free runs to the total.
Straying down the leg side, the ball going between the feet of Asif Sheikh, couldn't stop the ball. bonus runs for UAE. Already 9 runs of this, a good big back-to-back overs for UAE. The last one bowled by Nanan Yadav, and now Lalit Rajbangshi, the first over that he bowled was a maiden.
Back on the money this time, but a costly 5 wides. Those 5. UAE not ahead in the chase, but definitely coming back into it. And because it's only 141 that they chase, the required run rate is very manageable at 7.5 runs per over. Lamachani's 4 overs are going to be 4 big ones. As he goes down, over long off and hits it for 6. The final ball of the power play will maybe edge that power play towards the UAE. Rajbanshi's over goes for 15. It's 40 for 1.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
And Figgy goes downtown and he finally gets in the act. He gets a boundary. Mid-off was up in the circle, slightly full from Ja, and Figgy cashes in.
Confident looking shot by Figgy. Hits it with a straight bat. The mid-off fielder was inside the circle.
Interesting bowling change this one. So often it's either Lamachani or a spinner that will bowl the 7th with the fielding restrictions kicking in, but or fielding restrictions being eased even. 5 fielders allowed on the rope now. But because Ja was so good against Japan, they've gone with him. UAE starting to look very comfortable and confident in this chase.
Especially Alishan Sharafo, he's 29 of 17, whereas Figgy with that boundary moves to 8 of 18 deliveries. Even though Figgy hasn't done justice to his strike rate, Sharafo has played very well, coming down the track to the fast bowlers.
Worked into the leg side, should just be the single as Sharafu just pulls up a little timidly towards the end of that run, adding a lower leg problem to the shoulder that he's probably continuing to feel. Reminder that we're not certain whether or not Basil Hamid is going to be able to bat, so that could be a factor in this second innings. But Nepal are going to have to bowl well to even find out whether or not that's the case. I would imagine that Lamachani is chomping at the bit to get into the game. You would expect him to probably bowl from this, the media centre end, not where Ja's bowling from now because of the bigger leg side boundary for the right-handers today. And is it a case of waiting for Figgy to be dismissed to turn to their wrist spinner?
See, actually it doesn't matter if there's a left-hander at the crease. He's a class act, Sandeep Lamachani. He can bowl to both right-handers and the left-handers.
It is a factor though. We've seen those 2 6s into the leg side, both exploited that shorter boundary up towards the pavilion from Sharafu, so that's maybe one of the factors as to why Ja has been called upon from this end. Good delivery from Ja, and does well off his own bowling to keep it to a dot ball.
7 runs of this over so far. Ali Hassan Sharafu the luck that he needed. It was a top edge, the leading edge that dropped into no man's land between the two fielders, Rohit Pordel and Dipender Singh Airi.
Right on the money again. Don't think they'll get a second. Again, Sharafu pulls up quite quickly at the non-strikers, and he doesn't look 100% comfortable or happy with where his body is at. Thuds the pad in frustration. 8 overs come from Jazz first. It's 48 for 1.
हर एक निर्माण को धड़कन यूनाइटेड सीमेंट्स
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
He's had kind of a tale of two halves to his two bowling spells so far. 2 overs, none for 19 and none for 20 in the first half of his first two games, and then he's fought back really well, picking up wickets and keeping things tight in his third and fourth overs. He would love to start well here, mix up, and they don't take on Lalit Rajbanshi. I don't think Sharafu's running particularly well between the wickets there. You can almost see him limping, and with the Tiger prowling in there at cover as well, we're just going to change the fielder. Rajbanshi will be taken out a point. They get Gulshan Jan there for a bit more movement. Don't rule out a run out at some point. We've already seen 2 spectacular direct hits from Irie. Oh, and a great diving stop is going to save a single. It's Irie again. He's always in the game.
Even if there's an overthrow chance that they don't run in front of Irie.
Incredible, isn't it? He didn't collect that cleanly and still was able to prevent the single. Big match-up this one, Lamachani to Sharafu. You just sense that both cricketers have no shortage of confidence. They have a bit of swagger to the way in which they play their cricket, and they'll kind of want to take each other on, the leg spinner and the right-hander.
That is what Sharafu is thinking. He wants to play Sandeep Lamachani over extra cover. That is what we saw, the 2 balls that he faced earlier.
Googly immediately and helped into the leg side, but just one bounce to Sampal Kami, shorter side of the ground there. Kendall Fleming, the Japan captain, took a real liking to Lamachani, and he's got a few questions with his bowling to the left-handers of late.
He just gave a bit of air to Fleming. That is why he was struck down the ground a couple of times.
50 comes up. This has helped miles over the offside. That's an almighty strike. Here's a class act, Dalashan Sharafu. Always been thought of as, well, the most prodigious of young talents to come through that Emirati system. Their former under-19s captain. Well, he wins part 1 of that battle with Lamachani.
It was hit on the up, giving himself room, hitting it over extra cover.
Superb strike. Here's the googly. You knew it was coming after the leg break was smashed down the ground for 6, and Sharafu read it very well indeed. He's dominated this partnership. He moves to 39. It's 57 for 1.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार, शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
It's going to be Gulshan Jah.
Now, Sharafu wants 2, and he feels as though he can get it because it's perfectly weighted. And he's judged it well enough despite the slight stumble after he completes the second. Been in the wars today, Sharafu, isn't he? But he moves into the 40s and he's playing a fine innings here UAE controlling this chase.
Coming down the track, playing with soft hands into the gap. There's a big gap between the fielders there. Rohit Paudel had to come from the boundary line. That is why they were able to take 2 runs.
Good diving stop from Rajbanshi. Won't stop the single, but does enough to stop the boundary. Nepal's bowling just looks a little toothless all of a sudden, and it's giving every indication to exactly what we said, that we feel this is a good batting surface. Nepal were well shy with 140 of where they could and maybe should have got to if they batted with a bit more intent.
It all started in the middle overs for Nepal. The opening partnership was good.
Chipped in the air and chipped shy of long on. They probably haven't done a particularly good job of keeping Figgy on strike either. Sharafu has faced the majority of the last 4 overs, which is why the chase has started to accelerate. 80 off 69, 9 wickets in hand, even if there's an injury to Basil Hamid. Well, it's all stacking heavily in favour of the UAE right now.
On the other hand, Nepal will have to take wickets. They cannot just restrict UAE. They have to take wickets.
Problem with the field here as well is, you can see with that shot, fine leg is in the circle on the leg side. All the other 3 fielders, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square, are out. There is a single every ball if they want it, and there's sometimes a 2 on offer with very little risk.
Yeah, because the fielders are way in the boundary line. There are big boundaries here. What they can do is just play with soft hands, take 2s. You don't have to take any risk.
Off cutter, pulled to the deep, will be a single, and the required run rate has come down from the peak of well over 8 and over at points of this chase. It's less than 7 and over needed. Nepal have to change something here, and they're going to have to maybe take some risk. Rohit Paudel has thinking to do. Where is he going to turn? Does he try to get Kushal Bertel into the game, who probably hasn't had the best 2 games with the ball?
His strike rate is pretty good in T20Is, Kushal Bertel. He has the 2nd best strike rate in T20Is.
Yeah, just Kuldeep Yadav takes wickets quicker than him, remarkably. Better line. Prefer that line, and Cami can't quite cut it off. They still will get the single. The most comfortable of 7 runs that they require from the over, guided around by the UAE. This partnership's been a very good one. They're in cruise control at the moment. It's 64 for 1.
सही खोजौं, शुद्ध रोजौं, मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु।
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला, तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Lamachani will continue. Big over this one. Starts with a leg break. You sense if Nepal don't get a 2nd wicket before the drinks break here, UAE will be very satisfied with the first half of this chase.
They will be very pleased. Even though Mohammad Wasim got out cheaply, Sharafu has done what Mohammad Wasim would have done.
Inside edge, could have gone anywhere. Misfortune for Lamachani, that's going to cost a boundary despite the diving effort. Sharafu very lucky here. Was looking to probably go into the offside, I think. Has tied himself in a tangle in knots and, well, just flays the bat at it and somehow gets a boundary.
That was a googly ball by Lamachani. The ball hitting the inside edge, running down fine towards the final boundary. Sharafu moves to 48 of just 31 deliveries. Again, Sandeep Lamachani into the expensive side.
Googly again trying to wrap that front pad, but with the boundary early in the over, UAE will just be happy to nudge it around. Floodlights have just come on for the first time.
Sharafu looks a bit itchy out there. He's struggling with his leg, calf or hamstring.
Goes with the googly, and Lamachani does well off his own bowling. It's a run saved. Nepal fans are just appearing very nervous, the ones that we can hear in the crowd. 9 wickets in hand, halfway to where they require to be at the halfway stage, UAE. They have this game in complete control. Big swing and a miss though, doesn't pick the googly.
Nepal were also in a similar situation at the end of the first 10 overs. And they completely lost it after that. A very good bowling. Credit goes to the UAE bowlers, the way they bowled, the way they fielded in the first innings.
Promise you there'll be another twister turn, Paresh. As Figgy gets a good piece of it. He's going to get a maximum. Didn't look like he struck it perfectly at first, and Lamachani's frustrated. But Figgy's 12 off 24 will jump off to 18 off 25. 11 from the over. Nepal are looking really concerned as to how they're going to get themselves back into this contest. And it's the UAE again here in Muscat that are seeing the best of this Associate El Clasico, dominating the contest. 75 for 1 the score. And the floodlights come on. We'll have a break here at the halfway stage of this first innings. Nepal are left with it all to do. UAE going so well thanks to this second wicket partnership. They are 75 for 1.
Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers Nepal को विश्व कप यात्रा powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice, Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab को Piro Noodles.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ
एशियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
Bebe, यो चीज बल लगाउँ न है
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नु भयो के वाले 2 PM चीज बल्स
You see those floodlights into full effect there. They leave themselves in a precarious position. Slip up again, and you're relying upon net run rate most likely, with a maximum then of 3 wins. And both of these two sides will still have to play Oman. Remember, the hosts who are sitting pretty at the top of the table, having played 2 and 1-2. So it's not going to be spin. You're not wanting to bowl the spinners much from this Oman LNG end of the ground, as Nandan Yadav will come in for his second over. Alishan Sharafu has been really impressive, hasn't he? Just at that one moment of fortune, Paresh, with the leading edge that fell agonisingly out of reach. If they don't get him out shortly, Nepal, your Nepal team, they're going to be surely going down to a defeat here. UAE in full control.
Yes, UAE in full control, 75 for 1 in the 11th over. 66 more required of 59. That's easily gettable. You have 9 wickets in hand. Just that Nepal, they have to take wickets now, especially Alisson Sharafu's wicket.
Well, that's going to be 50 and a brilliant way to bring it up. Just a check pull shot that goes all the way for 6. It's come in sparkling style, 34 deliveries. It's a 12th career 50 from just 55 innings for Alisson Sharafu, his second against Nepal, and he has played, well, a gem of a knock.
It was just a short arm jab onto the leg side, down to long leg, which resulted in 6. And brings his 50 as well, 53 of 34 with 5 sixes and 3 fours.
And that's the big difference. 8 boundaries in total across that entire Nepal innings. They only hit 9 fours and 4 sixes. Sharafu nearly matching that himself as a run-out chance comes, and it would have been gone. Sampal Kami did everything right. Picked up quickly, got the throw in effectively, probably at 2 stumps or about that angle to aim at, and I think Sharafu gave it up.
This is a golden opportunity missed by Nepal. Sampal Kami getting the ball very quickly and releasing it. There were nowhere to be seen. Sharafu.
Crazy piece of cricket. He didn't even dive to get back in. He just stood there watching the ball. Direct hit would have been gone and would have changed the game. For the second time, Sharafu has a bit of fortune. But the UAE are dominating this contest right now. What can Nepal find? Run out chance again, but Jora just not quite as quick as others in the ring. To show you the side on of that run out chance, to show you that I think it would have been out by, well, 2 yards, because Sharafu gave it up.
Trying to guide that down to third man.
Really strange he doesn't put in a dive there.
I think because of the shoulder injury that
possibly.
he possesses.
Good shout, actually. Bit of self-preservation, just preserving the body. Can Nepal build a bit of pressure on Figgy? Beats the outside edge. Good length. That's the first time we've seen that length hit by Nandan Yadav. More like it. Nepal been a bit off with the ball for you?
Yeah, they've been bit off. Again, Sandeep Lamichhane getting hit for 20 runs off his 2 overs. That is what he was hit earlier in the group stages. 19 against Kuwait and 20 against Japan in his first 2 overs.
Yeah, it's good point actually, that Paresh. All 3 games now. First 2 overs have gone around the park. Now he's fought back wonderfully well as Figgy declines the second, and rightly so, because it's Dipender Singh with the ball. I think UAE have probably watched those first 2 games and they know their opposition well. They're just not taking any risks when he's about. Here's the moment for 50 for Sharafu. It's been such a good knock, hasn't it? And the difference with the Asif Sheikh innings, as he celebrates and lifts his bat towards his teammates, the ball striking and the strike rate significantly better, and actually
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
Panchakanya bathware.
I really do. Can he find a moment of magic? It's really been him and Gulshan Jha who kind of have been spearheading, and Kushal Bertel, those moments of brilliance for Nepal. They need something, and they've got it. It had to be Dipender Singh Airi into the game, into the attack and into the wickets. He ends Figgy's rather tortured stay at the crease. Good glove work from Asif Sheikh. You sensed it was coming, and it's the Tiger again who impacts the game, not in the field this time but with the ball, gives Nepal something to work with.
It was a flattered delivery. The batter coming down the wicket, trying to hit that ball, completely missed it, and a smart glove work by Asif Sheikh. Quick one as well.
Perplexing shot to try and use your feet to a man who was so flat. Does get a big pat in the back. Remember, he played a big role in that partnership, but it wasn't necessary.
नेपा टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपा टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
साउजी
नयाँ चीज बल साखो छ चाख्ने हैन
यो चीज बल हैन 2 PM चीज बल दिन न साउजी
दिस वन
यस
टेक इट 2 PM चीज बल्स
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
It's Rahul Chopra, the wicket-keeper batsman from UAE, the one-day international captain for UAE.
Now, Chopra historically can start a bit slowly. Can they pile up a few dots, build up a bit of pressure that would then, as a consequence, leverage further pressure on Charafu? Chopra's not the big wicket, Charafu is. But dots to Chopra, which can be easy to come by at the start of his innings, could just find a way to force Charafu into a stray shot. Good change of bowling this to get Dipender Singh Ari into the attack. And finally, there's a single from the over.
The first over of Nepal's innings was a maiden, if you remember that. A maiden played by Figgy against Lalit Rajbangshi.
Feels a long time ago, that. Amazing how that second wicket partnership changed the game. It's a really good over. They won't even think about the second because Sharafu will want the strike. 2 runs come from it. The Tiger at it again for Nepal in this format. Such a good T20 cricketer, one of the best in the world. 12 have been bowled, 85 for 2.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बीमा योजना।
नेपा टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपा टप सब ठिकठाक
To Gulshan Jah. Again, they're not even considering when the ball goes anywhere in the proximity of Irie. Neither batter really leaves their area. So that's good game awareness from the UAE. This is I'm going to make a rogue call here, Paresh. I think I might have bowled Kushal Bertel here. Big risk or reward call. I think Sharafu would have targeted the pavilion, targeted the shorter side. Bertel just has that knack, doesn't he, of getting wickets. This is a slightly more defensive play going with Jah.
Again, coming down the track, slapping that ball down to the offside. Yeah, you have to take risks to take wickets.
But I think the only way you win this game if you're Nepal is by getting Sharafu out in the next over or two. If he's still there in the 16th, 17th, the UAE, with the rate at which he's scoring, should canter home. Nothing ever seems to happen simply between these two sides. It's always a very closely fought contest, but for Nepal, you have to take a risk to find a wicket here. I just think that Bertel X factor, okay, he could get hit for 2 sixes and the game could swing further towards the UAE. But 55 off 46 is a very manageable rate with 8 wickets in hand.
You have to take chances. You have to bring your bowler whose strike rate is pretty good, second in the world in T20Is.
Oh, beauty. That one just came off the surface. First one we've really seen move laterally, possibly hit the seam, chops Chopra in half.
I think that was an off-cutter. That is why the ball moved into the right hand. We saw that Ali bowling an off-cutter and getting rid of Kushal Malla in the first innings.
Do you feel as though he rolled his fingers over that one? Yeah,
yes,
good
he
shout.
did.
Big moments in the match here. Nepal have to capitalise upon this slow start from Chopra. Swung away into the leg side. Kushal Malla will have work to do and does it pretty effectively. 2 runs saved using the reverse hand style very well. Gets warm applause from Gulshan Jha. That's good fielding.
Kushal Malla doesn't look like that he's quick, but he is really quick in the boundary line.
Yeah, he's kind of, he almost looks a bit lackadaisical, but he's not. It's just his manner. It's his kind of little Viv Richards swagger that he has. Now, deep mid-wicket goes out as protection. And fine leg comes up into the circle. Again, straight to Irie. How many runs does Dipender Singh Irie save on average in a T20? It's hard to get across if you're not here.
It's pretty hard to save so many runs that he's saved till now. In his 80 odd T20 internationals, he's the highest number of, he has the highest number of matches for Nepal in the T20Is.
Played more than anyone else. And sometimes, even though he's a real fan favourite, some fans get frustrated with his lack of scoring with the bats. Again, another single save. Good dots from Gulshan Jha in that over. 4 of them, 3 from the over, 88 for 2. He's somebody that whatever form he's in, because of how good his fielding is, and then he'll always give you a couple of overs with the ball. He's got to be one of the first names on the team sheet for Nepal.
He is, apart from Rohit Bordel, who's the captain of the side.
सही खोजौं, शुद्ध रोजौं, मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु.
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
Bebe, यो चीज बहुत लगम लगी.
हैं? यो चीज
Sharafu he has. It's Dipendra Singh Irie, and off he goes. The trademark high five into the sky celebration comes. He's a 3-dimensional cricketer. He's impacting the game. He's got the big wicket of Sharafu. Are Nepal finding a way back into this contest?
We didn't see the cartwheel or the jump from Dipender Singh Irie, but what we saw was Sharafu was so frustrated that he hit the stumps with his bat.
Oh, I missed that. I was watching Irie sprinting off in celebration, expecting the cartwheel. He will find himself in trouble with the ICC match referee, Mr. Kent Hannam. That's going to be a level 1 minimum, I would expect. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. Just stay with the batter here if we can. Clever piece of bowling. Just skids in. And yes, let's have a look here if we can roll this replay through. Big trouble. You cannot do that, Alishan Sharafu. I'm sorry, I was watching Irie. I thought we were going to get the tumbling cartwheel out again. Instead, we got the trademark high fives with Rohit Powdell. It doesn't take away, though, from how well Alishan Sharafu played. It was an outstanding innings. It's put the UAE in a very strong position. He's gone for 58, though, off 40 deliveries. 8 boundaries altogether in there, and it's 88 for 3.
That was bowled a bit slow through the air and skidded on to hit the stumps. Very frustrated, Sharafu.
You're always going to be frustrated. You just can't do that. And umpire Muckle has seen it. I have no doubt that Kent Hannam will have seen it. And it's just I suppose, a slightly poor moment there. We'll let the code of conduct deal with that as Harshit Kaushik comes to the crease. The left-hander. Again, another opportunity here. Someone who can start slowly for Nepal just to bowl a few dots, and the Nepal fans have really come to life. We have now twice described a sensation of Irie impacting the game, and both times it's brought about a wicket. It's incredible. You can just sense it with him. He's such a fascinating character to watch play cricket.
He can do it in the field. He can do it with the ball.
Are you surprised? I know he's had a few opportunities. He was at the ILT20, but I don't think he played at all for the Gulf Giants. Did well out at the GT20, where he was playing with Carlos Brathwaite. Affected that ludicrous run out off his own bowling. Are you surprised he hasn't had more opportunities around the world?
Yeah, pretty much surprised. He hasn't got that opportunity that he should get. He's such a quick. He must be the best in the world.
Oh, now where's this one gone? Under edge, you're going to dash a single. I just think even in terms of bringing him into a squad, you could actually put Dipender Singh into an IPL squad, not play a single game, and he'd raise the standards of the fielding in that group. He's that brilliant to watch. I know we wax lyrical about him, but when you're at the ground here, you see things you sometimes can't see at home, and it's just the impact he has around the field. Lifts all the standards. It's an excellent over. Just 3 runs have come from it, and the big wicket. Are we witnessing a game that's going to go to the 40th and final all of a sudden? It's 50 exactly to win from the final 6. The UAE is still in control, but Nepal have some hope with that wicket of Sharafu. It's 91 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
That could be a big factor. Now Lamachani has 2 left. Still no sign of a Kushal Malla or a Kushal Bertel with the ball. But they're going to continue with Gulshan Jah, who's been wicketless but pretty consistent. Just 6 runs and over he's going for. Can he find the 4th wicket? Picked up into the leg side. There's a fielder there who holds on. He will find the 4th wicket. Gulshan Jah has had a sensational tournament. That's an excellent catch from Nandan Yadav. He judged that very well. Strange shot from Harshit Kaushik. He only sort of pulled it, and I've no idea how. The cardiac kids are at it again, turning it around, raising the pulses and changing this contest.
A good short ball by Gulshan Jah. And a terrific catch by Nandan Yadav in the deep. He jumped and to perfection. Really excited Nandan Yadav.
Incredible swing in the game in the course of a couple of overs. This is why we love associate cricket, particularly the associate El Clasico. Kaushik's gone for 2.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बेबे यो चीज बल लगौं न है
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
I want to come into the attack and get into this contest. What a brilliant game of cricket, Paresh. Nepal have no right to be even anywhere within the compass of winning it, but now it probably hangs in the balance. It's a 50-50 from here, you'd imagine.
Exactly, it's 50-50 between UAE and Nepal. Gulshan Jah taking a wicket in this over.
Yeah, guided into the offside. Parashar gets off the mark. He's a very effective batter. I know they'll have concern over Hamid, who, remember, in one of those revenge wins, that was the final of the Dabur Honey Tri-Series. He was the one that iced the chase with that 6 in the final over. So he has good finishing skills if he can get the shoulder moving properly. I just feel it's going to the 20th and final over again.
It is exactly going till the end.
Probably should have just made that one prediction earlier, shouldn't we? We don't know who's going to win, but we think it'll go all the way. It certainly looks like it's going to be accurate. Just the single worked into the leg side. They won't be able to get back for the second. Jah does the fielding and has help from Jura. Have you been able to put your finger on a little bit like the performance against Japan, why Nepal seem to have had a lull with the ball in the first half and then come back strongly in the second?
And that is what we've seen in the group stages as well, against not only against Kuwait but against Japan. They were 90 odd for 1 in the 11th over. Japan
97, weren't they? 97 for 1 and cruising along. The captain playing brilliantly. Goes Fuller, crucial dot ball. The remarkable thing about this chase is that somehow Nepal have been able to bring the scoreboard back into play. The reason why: the 12th over from Iri went for 2, the 13th from Jha went for 3, the 14th from Iri went for 3, and this one's only gone for 2 as well. So they've completely applied the brakes, and that was after a period where the UAE were looking completely dominant.
Yeah, they were in control when Sharafu and Figgy were batting.
Deep third comes up into the circle. Oh, they're going to take on Iri. Run out chance. Oh, would have been gone. And it would have been gone. The crowd reached a fever pitch in anticipation, and it hit everything but the direct hit. It's the first time they've run a single to him. A clap of the hands in frustration from Iri. He did everything but affect the direct hit.
Hands on heads for Iri. It was a risky run in front of Iri. Shy at the stumps. Direct hit here. I think it was gone.
Look at the smile from umpire Muckle. He wasn't even into position yet. That's how quick Iri was. Leg cutter to end the over and end the spell. They're thinking of the second and rightly turn it down. Again, Iri hairs in to guard the stumps. Excellent fielding despite not being able to affect the direct hit. Great spell from Gulshan Jha. 4 overs, 1 for 22 for him. And with 5 remaining, it's 46 required to win. The score is 95 for 4.
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार। शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Out to deep backward square as the skipper, Rohit Powdell, is going to call upon Sandeep Lamachani. These 2 overs that he may bowl, they could decide the game. In his first 2 contests, he bowled 2 overs, none for 19, none for 20. Then he finished with excellent figures in both cases, including being on a hat-trick on one occasion. Can he make it third time lucky? The figures thus far, 2 for 22, 2 for 25. He'd take either of those now.
And he was hit for 19 runs against Kuwait in his first 2 overs and 20 against Japan, and even 20 in this game as well in his first spell.
Yes, such an important 2 overs, these ones. Parashar has long levers, likes playing a slog sweep, and there is a bit of a gap between long on and deep mid wicket. Goes with the googly. Take on Iri. Throw comes in, direct hit. Given! Oh my! He's at it again! And here comes the cartwheel! Nails the landing again! He's the best fielder in the world, in my opinion. There's no one quite like him. It's Dipendra Singh Iri.
He missed the first one in the earlier over. Now, this time around, he hits a bullseye and keeps out the cartwheel, lands it safe. It's going to be Chopra who has to depart for 7.
He's a freak. It's the only words for him. He is superhuman. Have a look at this. I don't think there's a fielder in the world that creates this as a chance. Chopra went straight away. The throw comes out so quickly, and it might just be out by inches. He was in a great position, umpire Muckle. The finger went up. Chopra.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला, तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
Just once, lost for words.
That's a freak of nature. What is that called? He missed the last time around, the direct hit. This time, he hits a bullseye.
I can't. That's as good a run out as I've ever seen. I didn't think he could top the one he took earlier in the tournament. He saves the cartwheel and the acrobatics for big moments like that. Oh, it's another. They're collapsing. Basil Hamid's gone first ball. The googly comes out. I'm not sure he was at 100% with the shoulder. This is a fight back for the ages. It's Hamid that's got to go. 2-2. The first one thanks to Irie. The second one thanks to Lamachani. They're dancing in the stands.
The team is on a hat-trick. 2 wickets in 2 balls. First they run out, and now Sandeep Lamachani bowling that googly, going between the bat and pad, and Mills stump out of the ground.
Incredible scenes. This has been a turnaround of titanic proportions. The perfect googly, just a little bit out of the side of the hand. You feel for Basil Hamid, his shoulder is gone. I give him great credit for going out there and trying his best, but I'm not sure he should have been batting. And the middle stump goes for a walk. You can see the pain that he's in. We wish him well, but Nepal...
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
To that World Cup spot, Ali, the new man at number 8. What a game we're witnessing. Paresh, exceptional performance from Nepal, but it's really all about one man. It's about Dipender Singh Irie.
He's the one who started the change in the game when Alishan Sharafu was going guns. 5 sixes for him and 3 fours in his innings. And the run out that he created, the 2 wickets that he took. Dipender Singh Irie leading from the front for Nepal.
It's going to be one of those incredible matches where we may not mention Alishan Sharaf, who's in. Well, if UAE win, we will. But we might not mention Asif Sheikh's innings. We might not mention Alishan Sharaf, whose innings. And we might only be talking about one fielder at the end of this match.
That is what he's done. With the ball in the hand.
Slip in place. Worked into the leg side. Lamachani has his hands on his head and a kick of the turf in frustration. Good over though. 2 wickets come from it, including that exceptional run out. 99 for 6.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न
है यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स
Dipender Singh Irie has got the decision rightly in his favour, and I've said it again and again. Okay, Glenn Phillips, Ravindra Jadeja, absolutely world-class fielders, 2 of the very best in the world. Irie is right there with them. And Sampal Kami returns to the attack. Now Nepal have had their problems with their death bowling. Do not rule out the UAE getting back into this contest. Parashar is the key man. But even Junaid Siddique can clear the ropes down the order. But for all the brilliance of Phillips and Jadeja, I'm not sure whether they make that into a chance because of the speed of Irie and the speed of the release. It has changed the game.
It has definitely changed the game. It was an attempted yorker by Sompal Kami, the first ball that he bowled in this over. His third one. Look at his figures, 1 for 5.
Chipped in the air. Going to be just shy of long off. Nepal have not been at their best with the bats. They've had phases with the ball in this tournament where they've actually been quite poor, including the first half of that Japan innings and periods of the earlier stage of this innings today. But their fielding is bailing them out. It was a massive part in their first ever 2 victories over a full member nation when they beat the West Indies 2-1 in that Unity Cup, and they're showing it to the fore again here in Muscat. They'll take on Irie, but it's miles to the right of him, so they'll get home comfortably. Did you see this turnaround coming? UAE looked like they were cruising.
They were in complete control in the first 10 to 12 overs. After that, suddenly changed because of Dipendra Singh Airi's 2 wickets that run out. The catch from Nandan Yadav.
Now this is hit in the air and it's hit a long way. We said that Parashar holds the key to the rest of this chase. That's a big hit. Elegant shot to full extension of the arms and it flies over the rope. Big maximum.
Yeah, it was a pace-on delivery by Sompal Kami, back of the length. Hit it on the rise. That was a big 6. They are getting into the game, UAE. 33 more required of 20.
Yeah, and for all we're waxing lyrical about Irie's impact on the game, UAE are still in this chase. Absolutely they are. 10 and over, thereabouts. I know they're 6 down, but Parashar can play a little cameo and get them home. Just need some support at the far end.
With the help of that 6, the required rate just comes down from 10.5 runs per over. This game can swing from any side to any side.
Down the leg side, 4 more. Not the right line. Excellent from Parashar. And the UAE hanging about in this chase. Will that Achilles heel of the death bowling for Nepal come back to haunt them? Poor delivery this one.
Yeah, straying down the leg side. Neatly done by Parashar. Just flicking it fine towards fine leg for a boundary. 13 runs of this over so far. His first 2 overs were brilliant. Sompal Kami taking a wicket off Mohammad Wasim, the captain.
I've seen a few freeze frames of that run-out decision online, and it was out. So great umpiring from Masudar Rahman Mukul. This one's chipped in the air. Should get a couple because it's well wide of Gulshan Jat. Only problem is Parashar won't keep the strike, but a good little counter attack here, led by the all-rounder. 17 bowled. It's 114 for 6. The game, it hangs on a knife edge.
सही खोजौं, शुद्ध रोजौं, मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु।
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagbazar, Kathmandu.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
At number 10, Mohammad Rohid, the weak link there at 11. Big over this one. Can Lamachani do what he's done in his previous 2 contests and end with 2 for 20 odd?
The drama that always is between UAE and Nepal.
Starts with the leg break, and credit to Ali, deals with it really well. They don't think of the second because they want Parashar on strike. You sense that if Parashar can even get through this over, maybe just get 5 singles from it, make it 21 off the final 2, with 4 wickets in hand, they just need to keep Lamachani further wicketless from here. Keep him to 1 for, finish with 1 for 30. I think the game is UAE's to take. For Nepal, they need their star leg spinner, their leading wicket taker, to find wicket number 7. Good batting, very sensible batting.
Just played it late, let the ball come into him, and just played it with soft hands into the vacant area and the leg side for a single. Sandeep Lamachani a bit on a shorter side.
Suspect the googlies incoming here. Should be a bit fuller. There it is. You could sense it coming, couldn't you? And interestingly, I'm not quite sure why they're gone. They haven't gone with Irie at cover. It's Powdell in there. They feel that the hotter zone for Lamachani will be deep mid-wicket, so Irie is hidden away out there. 3 singles to start the 18th. Googly again. I suppose with Irie at deep mid-wicket, there's never going to be a 2. But 6 singles would be a great result for UAE in this over.
4 singles in this over for Sandeep Lamichhane. His final over of the innings, the 18th.
Chipped into the air and shy of Gulshan Jah. They won't have time to get back for the second. Ali is doing his job, isn't he, supporting Parashar?
Again getting hit for 20 runs in his first spell.
Dot ball to round out for Lamichhane, but they have kept him wicketless. The only bonus for Nepal is Parashar will be at the non-striker's end. 119 for 6. There are the Manhattan chart.
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
He'll bowl the critical 19th over. And starts with a wide down the leg side.
Attempted slower ball by Nandan Yadav, straying down the leg side, just missing his mark.
Big coming together now of Irie, Powell, so captain, vice-captain, and the young fast bowler just to help in this pressure situation. 20 off 12 would give us the super over. Don't rule that out yet either. 21 to win. Goes with a short ball. Don't think they'll be able to get back for the second, and Parashar will fancy the strike. Where's he going to target here? Paresh mid-off up in the circle, also the shorter boundary across to the pavilion.
He might target the vacant area behind the square leg umpire. There's a deep mid-wicket, a backward square leg in the boundary line, a short fine, and a fielder in the deep at long on. Now he's sending his fielder towards long off, Dipender Singh Airi. The short third is inside the circle along with backward point.
Yeah, fine leg up too. Goes back of a length. They should get through for a comfortable single. What are you comfortable chasing in the final? You probably don't want it to be more than 11 or 12, do you?
Yeah, you should get around 10 runs in this over.
It's 19 to win off 10, the equation. It's another classic. It's the reason it's called the Associate El Clasico. It is such a fantastic rivalry. I think it's really helped lift the quality and the benchmark of some of the best associate cricket, the likes of Namibia as well. Historic victory for them yesterday over South Africa. Great credit to them. Netherlands, Scotland, USA all flying the flag. But these two, great rivalry, really enjoying it. Goes to the block hole. Going to take on the single. It's Irie again, who at the last second, I think, decides to hold the ball. Probably the right decision. Would have got safely home.
Excellent bowling by Nandan Yadav, right on the block hole. Just a single again. This is turning out to be a very good over. The first ball was a wide.
Sense of boundaries coming though, Paresh, don't you? You can feel it kind of building up. They'll need at least one boundary from these 3 balls. In a dream world, UAE would love 2. One boundary, a couple of singles gets you down to that 11 or 12 to win off the last. Inside edge could have gone anywhere. Another single.
Yeah, he's mixing his length, bowling fuller deliveries, bowling block holes and bowling it short, not letting the batsman to get under the ball. He always bowls well in the death overs, Nandan Yadav. We've seen him bowl in the Nepal Premier League the first season as well in the death.
17 runs required, 8 balls left to do it. You have to love a thrilling finish. This is the first absolute thriller of the tournament, isn't it? We've had some great upsets. Pulled into the leg side, not going to beat the fielder. Should just be the single as Jura collects cleanly. Huge ball, this one. You sense the UAE need a boundary from it.
Yes, we all said that in the start of the second innings, this game will go till the last over. It's surely going to go. It's going to be Dhruv Parashar on strike. He's 20 of 14, good strike rate.
Other option is take the single, and at least Parashar has the strike, but it would leave 15 to win off the final. Big ball. Hit down the ground. It's hit for 6. He gets the maximum reward, and the UAE will need 10 from the final over. It was right in the slot. Parashar playing a gem of a knock, and the UAE feel as though they can see the finishing line. It's 131 for 6.
Yeah, it was right on slot. He attempted a Yorker there, missed it by, let's say, a feet or so.
Yadav is distraught. Yet to be brought back to his feet by his teammates, kicks the turf in frustration. There is now a long discussion as to who is going to bowl the final over.
हरेक निर्माण को धड़कन यूनाइटेड सीमेंट्स
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
सही खोजौं शुद्ध रोजौं मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु।
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न है।
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के?
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Over that may be favoured with that 6, because 9 is a quite likely result too. The field will be a defensive one, of course. Deep backward square, deep mid wicket in place. We've got yet another classic between these two great sides. Irie with the ball in hand, and starts by being clipped away for just the single. Here's Parashar. We said that he would be the key. Can he guide UAE home?
Starts off with a ball right on the money, a block hole. 9 more required from 5.
Incredible drama in Muscat. Speared into the block hole. It's a crucial dot ball. And Nepal, thanks to Dipendra Singh Irie, are somehow still in this contest. Hit into the leg side, hit all the way for 6. And Parashar has UAE on the brink, misses the block hole. Parashar moves into the 30s, and UAE need just 3 to win.
Yeah, this was a very good shot. Just let the ball come to him, misses the block hole by a couple of inches. Down to long on for a maximum. This is a good hand, a good cameo by Dhruv Parashar.
Well, those 2 maximums, the final ball of the 19th over and now the 3rd ball of the 20th, have UAE within touching distance. There are fielders running everywhere. Lamachani comes up to Irie. Final moment of advice. The way in which he clears that front foot and gets it over the rope. Brilliant batting from Parashar. UAE just need to finish the job. Any boundary will do. Hits it straight to long on. Jura takes the catch. It's another twist. It's another turn. Irie has 3. No big celebrations yet, because this game could still go any which way. They do have the big wicket of Parashar, but there's nervy moments with just 2 balls left.
Everywhere twists and turns. It's gonna be Siddiq, I presume. This was another ball in the slot but couldn't get under the ball, hitting it straight to Sandeep Zora. Dipender Singh Airi has his third, but still 3 required of 2. Anybody's game, even a super over.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप, सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप, सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार। शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
Sander, can he get a single to let the other Ali, his namesake, win it? It all comes down to this. Down the track, hit into the air. Is it going to carry to long off? No, it's not. They're going to take on the second. He's lost the bat. Throw comes to the keeper's end. Given! He's run out. The single will count. Unbelievable drama in Muscat. It's going to be 139 for 8. Exceptional fielding from Sandeep Jura, who held his nerve. And all 3 results will be possible off the final ball. We might have one short given. We're going to have to wait and see this. It may be no run to the total, and it might be back-to-back wickets. It could be 138 for 8 instead of 139.
It's all happening here in Oman Cricket Academy, Turf 1. A run out. That was Sandeep Zora with a flat score.
I think this is one short. Not going to see if we can bring it to you. But Hyder Ali's too busy watching the ball. Have a look here. He's dropped the bat. He is one short. Exceptional umpiring from Rashid Riaz. It's going to be the best possible result for Nepal because it's going to be a run out with no runs to the total. And what a throw from Jura. Hyder Ali's gone for a duck. A calamity of errors from him. Run out from his first ball. 138.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप, सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagbazar, Kathmandu.
Confirmation, it is a dot ball with the run out. It was one short at the non-striker's end. Confirmation from the scorers. Here we go, it all comes down to the final ball of the 40 overs. Irie to Sadiq. Helped into the leg side. They will get one. A fumble. Can they get 2? Throw, slip. It's all over. Nepal win by just 1 run. The most extraordinary turnaround. Complete. The UAE have pushed Nepal to the brink, but just in terms of getting over the line, that one shot.